Hello, everybody. Well, we are now at our second lesson on two-finger banjo. This is lesson number 2. Like I said, if you don't have lesson number 1 out of the way, the bum ditty, then you'll want to continue to do that till you get that down. Like I said, it's all about muscle memory, so you're going to want to do that before you move to this lesson. But nevertheless, this lesson is going to be out there, so you don't have to be in a hurry. You can always go into Banjo Logic and hit that and find all the lessons. So just take your time, go at your own pace, and get the lesson number 1 over with, and then do this lesson number 2. You'll want to get lesson number 2 down pat. And then whenever we come to lesson number 3, we're going to have you playing the banjo once you get through that lesson. So, to start this, the song we're doing is Amazing Grace. Boy, His love is amazing grace. And the reason why I chose this is because it's a very easy song to do. All the fretting, which means pushing down on the strings, fretting. All the fretting you do is we'll only fret 5 times and everything stays on the 2nd fret. Now, you might wonder, well, like if you play the 1st fret, you'll use your index finger, your 2nd fret, whatever string you hit, your middle finger, and your 3rd fret, preferably whatever string you hit, will be your ring finger. And then, of course, your pinky in later lessons will move on down to 4. Well, I've skipped all that because I want to get y'all to play your first song. And then that will keep you interested, and you'll want to learn a whole lot more songs. We're going to do a lot more walkthroughs like this, songs that you can learn, hymns you can learn. And so I know whenever I first started, it got a little monotonous doing things over and over and not really hearing a melody or a song. But whenever I finally got to the point that I was playing the melody notes to a lot of these songs, I started getting excited. So that's the hopes that we're not going to not learn the things. And you might think, well, we've skipped over quite a bit. Well, we've skipped over, but we're going to go back to those things because this song here, we're going to start embellishing it, and we're going to use some of those other embellishments and techniques and rolls on this song to build it. This is the bare bones of the song, the melody. Now, the reason why I want you to learn the bum ditty first is because that, along combined with this melody, you're going to be playing the banjo. That'll be the 3rd lesson. So, let's get started. I'm going to try to make this as easy as I can. And so whenever you fret your banjo, like here at the 2nd, say we're fretting that 2nd fret, you want to get, I'm going to have to go up top. This is not how you would, well, let's say we're fretting the 3rd string there. You want your finger to be not on the fret, not too far away from the fret, but just right, there's a sweet spot right there. And you can actually play with your banjo and find that sweet spot. See, if you go too far this way, it sounds terrible. Plus you got a rattle. But if you come in and if you're on top of the fret, it's muffled. There's a little sweet spot right there that you're going to want to fret your banjo right in there. And that's on every string. And that's on every fret. There's a sweet spot. And it would be right behind the fret. So keep that in mind whenever you're fretting. On this song, you're only going to have to fret it 5 times. And it's going to all be at the 2nd fret. So whenever I tell you, it's going to be hard for you to see my finger. I'm going to try to do it. This is not how you would do it. Normally you hold your hands like this so you can fret all up and down the fingerboard. But for this lesson, and whenever you go to actually play this song, hold your hand right in the right position. And for some people, you might want to cock your wrist, just your hand out a little bit so you'll miss the other strings and everything. Um, but I will say, try to do what's comfortable and don't strain your hand. It's very important you don't strain your hand. And so anyway, I'm going to lower this camera and we're going to try to get right with it. I have this lesson broke down in 5 parts. Okay, we're going to do part number 1 now, and we'll do part 2, 3, 4, 5. But each part has a certain amount of notes. It's a great starting and stopping point. Learn that part before you move to the next part. And it might take you a whole day. It might take you 3 days, 4 days to learn that one part, but then go to part 2. And so whenever you get all the way to part 5, you'll have the whole song down pat. And then, like I said, the next lesson, the 3rd lesson, is there things you're going to get excited. Because if you do this and it all works out, you're going to be playing the banjo after lesson 3. And then we'll go from there. So anyway, I'll go ahead and do the melody notes all the way through one time before we get started. Sorry about that little fuzzle there. There'll probably be more with me just trying to show you with my finger like that. Okay, so let me move this down and let's get started. Trying to get it where you can see it there. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do, all right, whenever I say open, that means it's unfretted. When I say fret, we got to fret. And I'll tell you what string it's on. And okay, here we go. The 4th string will be open. That's the 5th string. Sorry about that. The 4th string will be open. The 3rd string, open. The 2nd string, open. The 3rd, back up to the 3rd string, open. Back down to the 2nd string, open. Now we're going to fret the 3rd string at the 2nd fret. We're going to fret the 3rd string. There's the 3rd string right there at the 2nd fret. Then open. 3rd string open. Then now we're going to go to the 4th string and we're going to fret the 4th string. Sorry about that. I hit the 5th again. There's a 4th string fretted, and then 4th string open. So there is your first part. There's your first part. And so the way that's going to sound is that's your first part. And you can go real slow. That's your first part. Okay, there's part one. Now, do that until you get part one down. And like I said, if you got to, turn the little gear cog down at the bottom of your screen, this little gear looking thing, hit that and slow it down. So that's part one. Now we're going to go to part two. And that would be the 4th string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open. Now, 3rd string, we're fretting it. 3rd string. Well, let me get that. I'm not used to playing like that. Right there, 3rd string, fret it. There, fret it. Then the 1st string open and hit it with everything we're doing, you're hitting with your thumb. But when you come to the 1st string, hit it with your index finger. Always hit the 1st string with your index finger. We're eventually going to move that index finger up to the 2nd string to play a mixed type 2-finger, but let's not get bogged with that. I shouldn't have even brought that up probably. Play the 1st string with your index finger, and all the other strings play with your thumb. And so there's the 1st string open. Okay, so 4th string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open, and now 3rd string fretted, 2nd fret. We're still on part one. I'm just going over it again. 2nd fret. So here's what it's going to sound like. That's the, all right, what we're going to do is that we'll go to part one and then we'll go to part two. That'd be, because I'm going to have to do that today. All right, part two. There you go. So we fret that, and then there's part two. Well, sorry, I didn't notice my hand was blocking everything. That's all you gotta do. On part two, all you have to fret is a 3rd string on that note. So you got that, that's part two. All right, now we're going to go to part three. Okay, part three is all open. There's no fretting. It's all open notes. So this is how easy this song is. Now I realize if you're a total beginner, it really ain't easy. I mean, so if you get started and you say, well, he says it's gonna be easy. Well, if you're a very beginner, it's not gonna be that easy. But if you stick with it, I'm telling you, you'll be able to play the banjo. So just stick with it. Don't get discouraged. And remember, don't move to another part until you get the part before that one down pat. Now here's part 3. We start down here on the 2nd string. Open, 2nd string. 1st string open. 2nd string open. 1st string open. 2nd string open. 3rd string open. And let's go over that again. Part 3. 2nd string open. 1st string open. 2nd string open. 1st string open. 2nd string open. 3rd string open. So now, let's combine part 1, 2, and 3, and let's see where we are. Let me try to play it like that. Here comes part 3. That's part 3. Part 3. There's no fretting to part 3. Now we'll go slow. You see that? And so we went over your strings. They're all open. Remember, 2 open, 1 open. 2 open, 1 open. 2 open, 3 open. Okay, that's part 3. So we've got all 3 of those parts done. Now, let's go to part 4. Part 4 will be, number 4 will be open. Get this back here where you can see it. Number 4 is open. Then we fret number 4. Then we open number 3 is open string. Number 3 is open again. Now, number 4 is fretted again. Oh, my fault, hit that 5th again. Number 4 is fretted again. And then number 4 is open. So, slowly. Okay, let's go back and let's take in 1, 2, 3, and 4. The one we just gone over. Part number 4, and let's incorporate that. And then we only have 1 more to go. So, you got that? That was part 4. No. part 4. Again, real slow. One more time. So there's part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. Now, and on part 4, you only fretted it twice. So that was good. Now, on part 5, we only fret it one time. And this is the final part to finish the whole song as far as all the melody notes to this song. All the melody notes. So, what that'll be is, it'll be 4th string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open. Now, 3rd string, fret it. 3rd string open. So it's going to go, we'll go over that again. 4th string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open, 3rd string open, 2nd string open, and now 3rd string, fret it, and then 3rd, sorry about that, 3rd string, fret it, and then 3rd string open. So now, just play the whole thing through slowly. That's the 5th and final part. And I can't stress enough, just do one part at a time until you get that part done, then go down to the 2nd part and do that. And just use the video to back it up, slow it down, whatever you got to do. You get this down, and with the bum ditty, the next lesson, number 3, we're going to have you playing the banjo once we get you through that lesson. And then, like I said, we'll learn a whole lot more after that. All right. Let's play the whole song through. There's the whole song, and I'm sorry, I held my hand up there. Let's go through it real slow. So there it is. There's the whole song. Now we'll bring it up to a little bit of speed. So there you go. There's your 2nd lesson, and that was part 1, part 2. Well, I broke it down like that so you could learn. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. So, like I said, go over part 1, go over at your own pace, and like I said, everything's going to maybe feel awkward if you're brand new, but the banjo will start feeling natural to you. Just hang in there. But you get through this lesson, and if you've learned the bum ditty on the lesson before this lesson, if you're still a little bit rough on the bum ditty, it's okay to go ahead and move to this lesson whenever you like. Say you're going to do part 1 one night, or maybe you're faster learning that, maybe you're not. It'll take you. But like say you're going to say, well, I'm going to do part 1. Well, then after you do part 1, go over your bum ditty again, because it's going to be important next lesson. Like I said, I keep stressing, lesson number 3, this is going to get even more exciting. You're going to play the banjo if you can get this down. Well, I need to get off here because the longer the videos go, it takes a lot longer to upload these. And so, but I also want to be sure I'm thorough and I've covered everything. And one thing I forgot to say, too, be sure your banjo's in tune before you start. Be sure your banjo's in tune before you start any lesson. Tune your banjo. Be sure it's always in tune. And one thing I will mention on these tuners, I forgot to mention on the other one, sometimes you'll go to tune, especially like your G string, your number 3 G string especially, it'll give you a little trouble. Sometimes just take your tuner off and just put it maybe a little bit different location on the peg head. And then a lot of times that will help you get that G string in tune. Okay, well, God bless you. And I would like to say, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So thank you, and you can do this. You can do it. But have fun doing it.